down. So are these really just the two options for a loan? Well, technically there are other options as well, but they are so rarely used that we should just mention them in the passing, but they're not really the dominant available options that your agent is likely to offer you. Number 3 here is a negative amortization, which means if you go back to the loan calculation that we just presented, imagine this. Imagine if this was amortized over 30 years, the payment was $1,123, and we just cautioned you, we warned you that no matter what, you have to make this payment or else they'll foreclose on you, it'll hit your credit, and there'll be a dramatic impact on your finances. Let's say hypothetically that in this particular loan, we are allowed to make lower payments. You're allowed to pay maybe 1,000, maybe 950, maybe the whole amount if you can, but you've got the luxury to be able to decide how much amount you want to pay. Which means, guess what? Every month, your principal, instead of going down, it might actually go up depending upon how much you paid. Which means that this assurance that you had that you'll pay down this loan in 30 years, you don't have this assurance in this case, because clearly you're not making enough of a payment. You're paying much less than the interest on the loan, and much less than the fully amortized payment. So negative amortization is called that because your principal amount may actually increase every month, which means if you have the loan for 10 years or 2 or 3 years, the principal may actually be higher by the time you're done with the loan as compared to the beginning of the portion. The no payment, option number 4 here, again, similar to that here, but in this case, this much more extreme, much more dramatic. You make no payments at all, which means the principal and interest which are due when the loan matures, and usually within 1 to 2 years. Now, why would anyone in their proper frame of mind go for these two options? The reason why I mentioned that these are not the mainstream options for you and I, for everyday home buyers, is because these are mostly for investors. These are options that are usually available for people who would want to buy a house and make some cosmetic changes, turn it around, or refurbish the house and quickly put it on the market. Now, for those people, the cash what they have is what they want to put towards the house. They don't want to be burdened by having to make the payments. Let's say they are working on the house for 3 to 4 months, and then the home goes in the market, doesn't sell for another 3 to 4 months. So they could be on the hook for the payment for those 8 to 9 months. They want to avoid that. So to get into these situations, options 3 and 4, either no payments or reduced payments, and just with an idea that whenever they are able to sell the house, they'll have enough of a profit that'll come to them, so they'll be able to pay off the debt. And clearly, you need to be experienced to be able to qualify for a loan like that. And the loan agent will clearly look at you, look at your background, look at your portfolio of your assets, and based on that, they'll approve you for a loan like that. These are not mainstream loans. Okay, so let's